Chapter 52, The North Gate can be disbanded now. Su Cheng walked over that guy in the tunic suit, directly stepping over the gang members of North Gate, and headed towards that muscular guy coughing blood that said he beat up Su Cheng's colleague. That guy saw Su Cheng slowly walk towards him, yet he just couldn't summon the strength to run or even roll away. The kind of pressure Su Cheng was exerting completely terrified him. You think little patrol officers can't take care of you? Su Cheng arrived at the center, scanned all the miserable North Gate disciples on the ground, and shouted, I will leave my words here. If you guys obey the law, then I have nothing against you all. However, if I ever catch you guys breaking the law or pissing me off, then I will visit you every day and play with your bones a bit. Then, he grabbed the guy that beat up old Wang and got ready to take him away. Unexpectedly, under the streetlight, 3 shadows appeared in front of him. Let him go. When Su Cheng raised his head, he saw 3 tall and burly men. The guy that was arrested by Su Cheng immediately became excited. Master, this bastard's stirring up shit on our territory and he even wants to arrest me. He broke free from Su Cheng's arms and ran behind those 3 men, as if he had just found his lord and savior and was no longer afraid. Those 3 guys had buzz cuts and were in loose sportswear. Perhaps they didn't want to reveal too much of their muscles so soon. You are the first one that dares to come to North Gate, beat some people up, and even try to take someone away. Most importantly, you actually dared to come by yourself, one of the men calmly said. Su Cheng looked at them and said with determination, I'm taking this guy with me tonight. The country has its laws, a family has its set of rules, and our North Gate also does, so there's no need to trouble you on how to punish this guy. However, you injured so many of our guys today. It wouldn't be North Gate style if we can't make you pay for what you did. Su Cheng nodded. Then I will use a phrase you guys always use. If you have what it takes, then just come at me. Tonight, I will take off my uniform and just deal with you guys as an ordinary guy. Those 3 immediately lifted their brows. You sure? Su Cheng was too lazy to even respond to that. He took off his uniform and threw it into his car. Then, in just a vest and his pants, he said to those 3, if no one can beat me tonight, just learn how to behave in the future. Those 3's faces immediately darkened. You are courting death. Yeah, sure. Su Cheng couldn't care less. If I can't make it out tonight, then fine, I'll accept my fate. But if I can, then you guys are all trash. You should all just go home and play some online mafia game instead of coming out to embarrass yourselves. Okay. Those 3 agreed in a deep voice. If you can walk out of here tonight, then North Gate will never stir up trouble in the areas you patrol. I also want him. Su Cheng pointed at that guy that beat up old Wang who was now hiding behind those 3's back. Those 3 snorted, then we will have to see what you got. Right as their voice faded, they charged over. One guy swept below with his leg at Su Cheng's lower body, and Su Cheng avoided it by lifting his leg. Another one immediately hurled a fist towards Su Cheng's face, but Su Cheng had already picked up the trajectory of that fist and dodged it with a swift tilt of his upper body. Then, when the 3rd guy's feet were about to land on Su Cheng's chest, he lifted his hands and blocked it. That kick did pack some strength, as it even made him stumble back a few steps. Kid, you brought this all to yourself. If you can walk out of here alive, then North Gate will completely withdraw from the Shangcheng ranking of forces. Those 3 worked together and made Su Cheng back up a few steps, so they thought that was all he got and started trash talking too. Su Cheng shook off the dust on his arm from that kick and lightly laughed. Allow me to ask, what are your rankings in terms of strength in North Gate? Whatever our rankings are, we are more than enough to take care of you. Are you actually dreaming of fighting our gate master? The 3 sneered. If that's the case, then it's really time up for North Gate, Su Cheng said as he walked 2 steps forward and gestured, come, don't waste any more time. The 3 immediately felt like this cocky guy was courting death, and they immediately charged up at him with 3 kicks. Su Cheng raised his arm high and immediately slapped down when those legs came. Ka! With a loud and swift sound, the three immediately felt a numbing sensation in their bones. They immediately withdrew their legs, but who knew that the moment their legs touched the ground, they would feel so much pain that their teeth gritted. They completely didn't expect Su Cheng's power to be so domineering. Seizing the moment they withdrew their kicks, Su Cheng sent a kick of his own. The closest guy to him wanted to block it with one arm, but who knew that the moment his arm came into contact with Su Cheng's leg, he would feel his arm being completely obliterated, like a glass cup getting hit by a steel golf club. With a loud caw sound, the guy immediately cried out miserably, because his entire right arm was broken. Su Cheng withdrew his leg and performed another roundhouse kick. The other two people no longer dared to block it and ducked down to dodge. As they lowered their body, they could hear the sound of the air brushing past above them, and their face turned incredibly sullen. The guy with the broken arm was furious as he picked up a steel pipe beside him and swung it towards Su Cheng. Su Cheng immediately calculated the path of that pipe and grabbed it. His eyes turned cold as he threw a front kick at that guy's chest, directly sending him flying about 5 meters away as the guy landed painfully and coughed out blood non-stop. Another guy picked up a tempered chair from a roadside stall and slammed it towards Su Cheng's back, yet his eyes opened wide when he saw how Su Cheng strangely dodged that attack. It was that feeling of being certain that you would hit someone, yet he dodged it at the very last second as if he was hacking. After dodging the chair, Su Cheng charged forward with his knee in the front, hitting that guy in the chest as they both flew through the glass window of a store next to them. Not long after, Su Cheng came out from the store, while the guy that was carried in lied on the pile of shattered glass and didn't wake up again. Su Cheng looked at the last guy, his face dimming. Then, he looked around at those disciples of North Gate and members of the North Gate enforcement team, and he shouted on the spot, "I'm not underestimating you guys, but everyone here is legit garbage. Why are you guys out here trying to be gangsters and mafia members when you can't even fight? After tonight, North Gate should just be disbanded. You guys aren't qualified to dwell in the black society." After Su Cheng was done, he went to the guy that beat up old Wang, who, at the moment, was already crapping his pants. He threw the handcuffs in front of him. "You want to do it yourself or do you want me to help you?" The guy immediately picked up the handcuffs and put it on, crying, "Let's not fight anymore." He immediately ran towards the police cruiser and went in willingly. Su Cheng turned around, looked at the last one of the three that was supposedly the leader of the enforcement team. "I'm leaving you conscious to take care of the aftermath and organize the rest of North Gate. In the future, if I hear North Gate is stirring up trouble again, no matter who caused it, I will only come and look for you three. It makes my job easier."